America, turn around and
I'll
smile.
sign it crooked, but I'll sign it crooked the other way.
Wait, take a picture of my book.
You don't want to see this.
Why can't we have pictures tomorrow? All right, Lauren, you ready?
At Eckerd's.
Wait a minute, we're, no. I gotta,
Look at the tip of it.
oh wait a minute, I'm veering in on your tummy. Shannon, now I got your elbow. Move out of the way.
Shannon.
Trying to move. She wouldn't let go of the pen.
Oh, that's so
Okay.
nice. That's a good idea. But whoever thought of it.
Okay, Shannon.
Okay, now get out of here.
For real?
Did?
Oh, ain't that nice?
That's what I said. Good for you.
His brother
He's a cook, somewhat.
What a signature is that?
ain't that nice? Delicious.
Is anyone else in there?
No.
It'll be a real video, Mom.
Introduce yourself.
Come to school, huh?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Jeff Smith. Rockville congregation. Come on down.
Tell them where you're from.
Focus, does it focus? From West Monroe.
And he says it with a straight face.
From West Monroe. Previously Matthews, is that how you say it?
Behind the counter. You haven't heard a word, right?
I ain't heard nothing.
Watch the stomach pooch out as the brownie goes in.
Take a big bite, David. Get off. Do you hear me?
Here she comes.
Hurry up and get her.
Stop it, Lorraine!
I did it on purpose. That was staged.
Let's see. Little Gardner, would you sign the book?
Oh, yeah.
Don't write anything back.
This space in the front. Right here, Josh was making.
I like
I was
your
gonna
outfit.
write.
So do you want me to go to the back someplace?
Do whatever, I don't care. All right, we're good, we have brownies.
You're good because you have brownies. We can go.
Oh, I love this. That is fantastic. It's not bad.
Just kidding, that's not me.
Brian's pretty good.
Well, I think I'm recording. I've never
Say
used this one.
R-E-C.
Sure enough.
You're recording.
Good morning. Okay, give me the camera. Your hair looks so pretty. You have to say, my dear, I do. Catch them as they come in.
Yep, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Cabell Swains from Wilbro. And we have been having a party all week long.
Wait till you see the brownies when you get inside.
Around 11 something last night. Man, you have and I told her, and we cracked up. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was funny. And I showed her how I was up against the wall. Because you go down a couple steps, and there's a wall, you turn, you go down some more. So good thing the wall was there. But I didn't even check to see if I had put a hole in the wall. I mean, you know, for me, standing up here with your hat girl, I haven't seen you really like this. I can't. I love this. And I feel it. I am sore, but it was
It's
just
so
it was
old.
my elbow.
Ooh, I wish I could get a copy of that. Could I? Is it possible?
All of you that just came in.
Introduce yourself.
Gwen, the baby. The pioneer baby. Potential pioneer.
There you go. One more.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's pretty. You made that?
Oh, that's
How you doing?
All right, how are you? Jane, Bill.
What do we have to do?
And you need tape and
They're all running back out the door.
They go and take pictures. I ain't bring my camera so too expensive for a film, but I ain't got them running.
I did this. Oh, okay. Don't worry. Again. Yep. Yeah, I'm not supposed to have this.
Well, nobody's making anything.
Sister
Yes, they are.
Fraser.
They got it sitting there.
We have to, haven't you heard of one of those footages? Self-control.
With Sister Howard at the camera.
He's like ambassador to like Israel or something. I thought that was kind of funny.
Where are you gonna write my book? Who has my book?
I do. John's got it.
Oh.
Shannon. Let me put in parentheses, Shannon.
Do something exciting.
Shannon.
Who's hitting
Back
me?
into me and my bracelet got caught in your bed. Yeah, sweater.
Oh, okay. Somebody do something.
Nobody.
Get this. This is a congregation who knows what they're doing. Oh, we should have Jello.
I don't know.
Jello is beautiful.
If Scott sees this, I might be in trouble. And also,
Yeah, right. Okay, so.
Are you still recording? I was like,
I feel like I'm super. Every time I come back.
Oh, she's got that stupid thing. I just shoved it in. No, I was going to tell you. We got to sit beside each other tomorrow. No, we have tomorrow. I think I'll stay away from you guys. All our.
Let me get a little smidge in there.
Guys, come back this way. Anybody can get back. Come back.
no.
Now they want to
I'm not gonna open my mouth, I promise.
Get you a real good, a little bit like, and get to like a paste and stuff.
This is good.
I had a cup of water and I just like turned
Hey, this is pretty good.
Hey, Gigi. Oh, I'm sorry.
They said that's pretty good.
Something like this could do that with his
Oh,
ever seen
yeah,
this?
black
Throw him in the locker room.
right here.
Takes his camera for a while, right on the lens.
I think John.
Yeah, bigger lens.
I heard somebody yell.
Yeah, like some.
Hope will be great. Hey, that's something I look for you. She gonna look out for me. I have never tasted that.
And we got evidence.
A few of them.
Actually, the work on which they were moving in, and then they found out that there was one too little electrical sockets in our house. So I had to put one more socket in the kitchen for it to be according up to par or whatever. And so the man that came to do our electrical circuit, he was just putting one little outlet in the kitchen, and he was there for a while, taking up, making a hole and stuff. And so I was reading the Watchtower at the time, and I thought, maybe I'll try to inform a witness him. So I took a bunch of old Watchtowers out from my car, and I laid them all out on the table. I don't know why I did it. It looked really silly, but I just laid them all over. And then I made sure that I kept on reading them in front of him and commenting on them. And he kept looking at me a little funny, and he would never answer any of my questions. So I was just like, oh, well, I guess this isn't working. But I was just reading them. And then later on, my parents had told me to stay in there with him and keep an eye on him in case he wanted to steal something. So my dad came in, and the man started talking to my dad, and I just left. And it turns out that he was a disfellowshipped witness. So what he had asked my father was, do you know where I can find an elder? And my dad says, well, I'm an elder. So they started talking, and the man told him his life story on things that had happened to him, and turned out he wanted to come back to the truth. And he didn't know where to get in contact with the witnesses, but he had seen the magazines, realized we were witnesses, and so he talked to my dad, and he came back to our community hall, started attending meetings, and he was reinstated. And now he attends another congregation. His worldly wife has since left him, but he's back in the truth, thankfully, and attending meetings at another congregation.
No such thing as God. Everything I saw in religion really turned me off. It was just something. Saturday morning, I love watching cartoons, and Sunday morning, I just hated that those TV preachers would interrupt cartoons on the weekends.
I hated that boy.
So, and I'm watching it, I just said, this is all so silly. How can anybody believe this? And of course, some of the things that my family went through, the sufferings, it was hard to believe in a God of love when so much suffering was going on, that and the other. And I'd always ask some rather rude and obnoxious questions, and they would just go ahead on. They'd try to tell me I was going to burn in hell, and I said, well, that's okay, I don't believe in that anyway. But my mother, since she had never really tried to raise us in a church, she, being disappointed with religion in her youth, got concerned as I got older, in my teenage years, that me and my brother were going to come up without any values at all, that we were going to become just totally wicked people. So she really appreciated the fact that the witnesses studied the Bible with people, because she respected the Bible. She didn't like religion, but she respected the Bible, so she invited the witnesses to come in and study with us as a family. But she made this invitation without getting my prior consent, so she had to come back to me and beg me to sit in on the study. I didn't want it at all. I said, it's just a total waste of time. I've got better things to do. She begged me, please just sit in one time just for me. If you don't like it, you don't have to anymore. Well, I thought, well, I'll try my usual rude questions about how can you believe in hell, this, that, and the other. And that'll just be the end of it. I'll expose them as frauds before my whole family. And we'll be done with it. Well, it didn't work that way. I kept throwing questions at them, and something kept happening that never happened before. They kept throwing back answers. Well, that one time led into several weeks of argumentative discussion, and I thought, these people, they haven't been rattled by my questions, nor have they been mean to me. And I've been pretty mean to them. Maybe I ought to start listening to them and actually trying to see what they're saying. And the answers that they were giving me really made sense. This could actually be possible. This could really happen. And so they began to get me to come to the Kingdom Hall and associate with some of the friends there. And I was really fortunate because there was a lot of young people in the congregation who were pioneering at the time. And that really impressed me because usually I've gone to certain church groups before and the young
Can you do something for me?
What?
Just take a picture of my ankle. See the bruise on it right there?
Let me focus in on it.
My dirty shoes. But check out, okay, you see the ankle, the bruise on it?
Yeah.
That is from Matthew during lunch.
She was crossing a cow pasture at the time.
And Matt was the cow who stepped on me.
That's what he's doing. Then he come up with all kind of
Self-promotional videos. Was it? David loves
Oh, is that for me? Yeah. Loaf of bread and a copy is in that bag. It's in there, yeah. Sister, she said bread for your husband. Where is that? Oh, the bread's for him. Well, rice bread. Rice bread. Yeah, perfect. That's beautiful. Okay, I still have to go to the Wilbur congregation. All right, don't matter. I just spell it anyway, so no matter how you spell it.
Wonderful things to remember.
I want to get on with her.
Oh, she's talking now. This is our dearly beloved,
All
my brother
right,
Clint,
Sister John.
dearly beloved
Northeast congregation.
Northeast. What are you eating? Okay. Oh,
What you want me to say?
sorry.
No, Gwen.
Come on with the baby. What you want me to say?
No.
What you want me to say?
You've done fine. You've got your name, your congregation. Sister Tillman, you want to go next?
Where am I? Will Grove just moved into the congregation.
She made it with the baby.
She made it with the baby. Nice to meet you.
My name is Janice Wyatt, and I'm from the Chester congregation in Chester, South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm Kim Higgins. I'm from the Concord East congregation. I just moved from Park Road, so I'm attending with Park Road, but I'm new at Concord East in Concord, North Carolina.
Go ahead.
Hello, my brothers. I'm Sister Marietta Cage from the Waysboro congregation.
Okay.
I'm Mr. Ward, Yvonne Ward. I'm from the Greenville congregation.
Gerald, and I'm from the Sugar Creek congregation here in Charlotte.
Hi, I'm Brother Turner from the Northeast congregation. I need for you to sign my book.
And the witnesses used to come to our home, and they would offer magazines. And at that time, the householder would give them an egg or whatever for the magazines. And my mother would always stand there and she would listen at their sermon and take the magazines. And when they leave, she would tell us to run quick and take it to the fire to burn it up. And I was always eager to hear what they had to say, so we would listen very closely. When she tells us to take it to the fire to burn it up, we would hide it so we could read it later. And it got to the point that one day she followed us to the fire to actually see if we was going to burn it up. And so we got really smart, we thought, and so while the witness was there talking, we would take the magazines to the books and we would run and throw them in the field so that when they leave, this wouldn't be one that we would have to burn up. And she really was determined to destroy the literature, so she would look everywhere. She would wait for you to go to sleep to make sure you don't have it. And she would always find them, seemed like. But I left home and I went to New York and I was contacted by the witnesses on my job. There was a sister there that is a very close friend of mine, and she has been a real good aid into me in maintaining my endurance in the truth. She spoke the truth to me about the war between God and man. And at that particular time, you know, that was like Greek to me. So she was not able to study with me, so she sent someone else from the area that I lived in. And the sister came and she started to study with me. And when she started to study with me, she was a real strong-willed sister. And she came into my home to really tell me, you know, how to arrange my home. And but my desire to learn the truth was already whetted from the sister on my job. So I persevered in that, and I started to study the Bible. At that time, my husband started to study the Bible at the same time. And little did I know that from that initial contact, that he would actually turn from being a believer in the truth to an opposer. And throughout the time that I was in the truth, and I started studying, I made rapid progress, and I had 2 studies, and I was pregnant with my son, Melvin Jr., who's here today. And he would persecute us in all kind of ways to try to get me to stop studying. Actually, on the day when I went to get baptized, he would go to the assemblies, he would go to the meetings sometime on occasion, But when we get home, you know, he would always persecute me with the fact that, you know, you don't want to be one of those people. Why are you still going? Why haven't you stopped? You know, let me show you. Let me take you to this church, you know. But he would never let us know that he was going to church. So he stopped going to the meetings, stopped studying. And then he would go to his job and he would find things to come home to pick at. And I had very small kids, but I always went out in the field service. The sister studied with me, was a pioneer. She always insisted that, you know, I pray, as we learned at this pioneer school, pray to Jehovah. And sometimes when I went to the meeting, I was under severe pain from the problems that had resulted from him being there. And it got to the point where he actually made, many times during our marriage, he made threats to me to choose, actually to choose whose side I was going to take. And of course, I always took Jehovah's side. I never stopped studying with my kids. I never stopped training them. I always took them to the meetings, and there was times when there was not transportation, somehow Jehovah provided. He would say that he could provide the transportation for me, but it would get home. He would get home with the transportation maybe 5 minutes to 7, and there was no gas in the car. So, you know, that, you know, it really wasn't provided. But he would make the friends think that he was doing this, but internally, you know, he was inflicting pain. This is a very hard experience to tell for the mere fact that I've been in 5 congregations. The first one was from Brothers from Bethel, and Brother McGay, he was a Bethel elder. He's still in that congregation. He was a very good aid in encouraging me to stick with it and stay in the truth. He's the only brother out of all of the elders and congregations that I've been to that I've ever revealed my true story to. So this is very personal. You're hearing this for the first time, and it's very hard for me to tell this. But I'm telling it in the hopes that it will help some brothers and sisters who will have young children or who have young children to see that never stop studying. Don't make a choice between Jehovah and your mate, because Jehovah will always be there, but you don't know where your mate will be. And also the fact that I thought it was an unbelieving husband, but it was an opposer, and he opposed me to the point where he tried to break my integrity to Jehovah. He would physically do things to me to keep me from serving Jehovah, and I would always study with the kids. I remember so many occasions that we would actually end up in the bathroom studying, because when he come home, he would actually do things to disrupt the study, you know, and he would leave home. During the course of this time, my husband, he was not at home. He, you know, he left many times, giving me a choice whether to take the truth or to stay with him. And of course, I took the truth. And that's what has resulted in us being here today. You know, the fact that we persevered in this. And those who have unbelieving husbands, never make the choice. Take Jehovah, because Jehovah gives you blessings. And that's how I look at it today, because I persevered in prayer and I never stopped praying. My kids and I always sing the songs. They know them all by heart. They know the Bible, because that was one thing that I wanted to do. Jehovah will relieve you of your burden. And today I'm here to say that my son and daughter here with me, they have supported me throughout this year. We've had a very hard time this year pioneering. But the fact that my husband also came to the truth. So you never, never know.
One more 2-minute experience. Yours is 2 minutes? Promise?
Well, let me finish where I started. Before I was down in tears, but when I very first came into truth, it was in the 7, I think it's 1967, something like that. But anyway, I said them Jehovah's Witnesses are smart people. And my husband used to say, I don't want no people back in his house. And so I used to duck them. You know, after I had started listening to them and believing them, I said, well, I guess I ain't gonna be home today. So whenever they knock, I used to duck, hide, and do all kind of things. I used to come in late, so I missed them and run right in, walk right into them. So then I just, I got to study real good. I said, me and him got into it. I was like, I want them people in this house. And I had this house where you moved in here. You know, we was married, but I had the place where he moved there, so I was like, just let them, y'all come on in. I just invited him in and sit down and get my study going. Then I started getting mad with him because he could try to come between me and my kids. So then I'm here now, thank God.
She told her 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
This is a short one. Earlier on, during the lesson, they were talking about how the brothers have endured day to day out in service, and especially when they didn't have food. When my family was up in Virginia, and I was little, my dad had to start pioneering to get a job to try to support us, and trying just to survive from day to day and trying to go out and serve as much as possible. There were times when we didn't even have food, and we'd find bags of groceries on our doorstep. That happened more than once. And one time we didn't have any food at all, and my dad heard some barking, and we went down into the basement of the place that we were in, and a dog had chased in 2 rabbits. Dead rabbits do that.
Okay, well, I think unless it's very important, I think we better finish up because it's going to take a little time to clean up. So anyway, we appreciate all the fine experiences we've had with us. Thank you for sharing those with us.
See if you agree with the lesson we've learned today.
Huck a loogie on them? Wait, do that face that you do when you're secreting on the pearl.
Oh, secreting on the pearl.
So just like the oyster and the pearl, the oyster secretes mucus on the sand and turns it into a pearl. So when someone bothers us, what do?
If someone really irritates us, we know what to do. We huck a loogie on them.
You turn them into a pearl.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Jacqueline Phillips, and I go to Greenville Congregation. And it's so good to be here today with all the friends. And today is our last day and we're leaving. But I just want to tell everybody that I love everybody.
My name is Gigi Stevenson. I'm from the Rock Hill Congregation, and my hobbies include preaching, and more preaching. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Amanda Sharpstra, and unfortunately this is my sister Marcy. We're from Lancaster Congregation, and what else do you want me to say?
That's about it.
Okay, bye.
Gotcha, Marcy.
Have to build extra room on the apartment.
How nice.
So nice.
Well, very good. Thank you. Here.
Where's Mike?
Went away. Okay, well, you got a good voice. Just stand up and read out loud.
Okay, it says, I am what I wanted to be. An artist, doctor, farmer, teacher, and a friend. What more could I ask for? Who would have known you can learn how in just 2 weeks? Reaching all who will hear. Okay,
You cry later.
Okay, illustrating by painting a picture in the minds and hearts of others. Somebody else. I'm just like crying.
Will somebody else come to her rescue then?
Yes, please.
I am what I wanted to be. An artist, doctor, farmer, teacher, and a friend. What more could I ask for? Who would have known you can learn how in just 2 weeks? Reaching all who will hear, illustrating by painting a picture in the minds and hearts of others, showing personal interest, planting and watering. Through the loving provision of what Jehovah provides for all, we can truly learn how to be just like Him through His Son, Jesus Christ. Our dependence is on Him so that our advancement may be manifest to all. We want to pursue the way of love by strengthening, following, upbuilding, and being helpful to others, saving lives. Make sure the more important things. Yes, by hard work of studying, actively participating, and warm association. What more could you ask for? I am what I wanted to be, a regular pioneer.
No, I don't think they did make some
Bye.
Like I slammed in the eye.
It's a tough shot because it's so it noticed me. But yeah, turn. I don't know. Let me call it.
I know. Jonathan told me it would do that too.
Put this in there.
Really? Kenya, I didn't get a copy of it.
I gave one to your what's your sister's name?
And
Shannon, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think Shannon, didn't I give you a